How to impress beautiful girls. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a story. When I was a teenager, like many young men, I thought I had life figured out. I believed that if I just wore the right shoes, had the right hairstyle, or memorized the right pickup lines, I could impress any girl I wanted. And so, with confidence in my sneakers and cologne that smelled like a mix of cheap citrus and bad decisions, I walked up to a girl at a school event and delivered the line I thought was gold. She looked at me. She smiled. Then she laughed. Not the kind of laugh that says, "Wow, you're charming." No, it was the kind of laugh that says, "Oh dear, nice try." That day, I learned something important. Trying too hard to impress someone often has the opposite effect. So tonight, I want to share with you something deeper, not tricks, not gimmicks, but timeless principles that will not only help you impress beautiful girls, but also help you grow into the kind of man who naturally attracts respect, admiration, and love. This isn't just about relationships. It's about confidence, communication, lifestyle, and character. Because let's be honest, impressing beautiful women isn't just about getting attention. It's about building meaningful connections. And the truth is, the best way to impress someone is to stop trying to impress them and instead work on becoming the best version of yourself. Part 1. Understanding attraction. Before you can impress anyone, especially someone you're interested in, you need to understand what actually creates attraction. Movies, advertising, and social media often give us a false picture. We're told it's about having six-pack abs, a sports car, or a wallet thicker than a dictionary. But the truth is much deeper. Attraction is not just physical. Yes, looks can catch attention, but they are not enough to hold it. A man who is handsome but insecure will struggle, while a man who is confident, kind, and authentic can be far more attractive, even without model-level looks. Research in psychology shows that qualities like confidence, humor, empathy, and social intelligence rank higher in long-term attraction than pure physical appearance. Women, just like men, are drawn to people who make them feel something. Safe, excited, understood, or inspired. Confidence over arrogance. Confidence means believing in yourself without putting others down. It's walking into a room with your shoulders back, your head high, and your eyes open. It's the ability to say what you think without fear, but also the ability to listen without feeling threatened. Arrogance, on the other hand, is insecurity in disguise. It's loud, pushy, and constantly seeks validation. While arrogance may grab attention, it rarely earns respect. Authenticity is magnetic. Think of the people you enjoy spending time with. Chances are they're genuine. They don't wear a mask or pretend to be someone else. They're consistent, comfortable in their own skin. That's what authenticity feels like. When you try too hard to impress, you give off the energy of, "I'm not enough as I am." But when you show up as yourself without apology, people feel relaxed around you. And that's when connection happens. Emotional intelligence matters. Many men underestimate the power of emotional intelligence, the ability to read emotions, to empathize, to understand unspoken signals. But this is one of the most attractive qualities you can develop. Why? Because relationships are emotional. If you can listen, validate feelings, and respond with maturity, you instantly stand out. Beautiful girls, like anyone else, don't just want someone good looking. They want someone who gets them. Body language speaks louder than words. We communicate more through posture, tone, and gestures than through words. If you walk hunched over, avoid eye contact, and speak in a flat tone, you're sending a message of insecurity. But if you stand tall, smile warmly, and speak with energy, you radiate confidence. A study once showed that people can often predict attraction within 30 seconds of meeting, not based on what was said, but on nonverbal cues. That's how powerful body language is. So, to summarize, Part 1. Attraction is less about external tricks and more about internal qualities: confidence, authenticity, emotional intelligence, and strong body language. Once you understand that, the rest of the journey makes sense. Part 2. Building inner confidence. If there's one word that comes up again and again in discussions about attraction, it's confidence. Confidence is the foundation of presence, the spark in your voice, the energy in your body language. It's what makes people lean in when you speak and remember you when you leave. But here's the tricky part. Many people confuse confidence with arrogance. True confidence isn't loud or boastful. It doesn't need to prove itself. It's quiet, steady, and unshakable. Confidence is not, "I'm better than you." It's, "I'm comfortable with who I am." So how do you build that kind of confidence? 1. Overcome the fear of rejection. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Rejection. Every man has felt it. The hesitation before approaching a girl. The racing heartbeat. The sweaty palms. What if she says no? What if she laughs? But here's the truth. Rejection is not about your worth. It's about compatibility. A no doesn't mean you're not valuable. It simply means the connection wasn't there. And connections, like chemistry, can't be forced. Think of it this way. If you applied for a job and didn't get it, would you stop applying for all jobs forever? Of course not. You'd adjust, improve, and keep moving. The same is true with attraction. The key is to desensitize yourself to rejection. Approach conversations not as life or death moments, but as opportunities to practice. The more you expose yourself to social interactions, the less power rejection has over you. 2. Develop competence. Confidence comes from competence. When you know you're good at something, whether it's playing guitar, coding, cooking, or public speaking, you feel more self-assured and people notice. That's why one of the fastest ways to build confidence is to get really good at something you love. It doesn't matter what it is. Passion and skill are magnetic. They give you stories to tell, experiences to share, and a glow of self-assurance. Girls are impressed not by perfection, but by men who have direction. A man who invests in his talents shows he's committed, disciplined, and capable of growth. 3. Master your body language. Your body speaks before your mouth does. The way you walk into a room sets the tone. Do you shuffle in, avoiding eye contact, or do you stride in with energy, head held high, as if you belong there? Here are a few practical tips. Posture. Keep your shoulders back and chest open. This signals openness and strength. Eye contact. Hold it slightly longer than usual, but don't stare. Eye contact shows confidence and attentiveness. Voice. Speak from your chest, not your throat. A steady, calm voice communicates control. Smile. A genuine smile disarms tension and makes you approachable. When your body language aligns with self-belief, people feel it instantly. 4. Build mental strength. Confidence isn't just physical, it's mental. That means managing your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the voice in your head. Is it constantly criticizing you, or is it encouraging you? If it's negative, here's a practice. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't, replace it with, I'm learning. Instead of, I'm not good enough, say, I'm improving. Confidence isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about moving forward despite doubt. One of the best tools here is meditation or mindfulness. Just 10 minutes a day of sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, and observing your thoughts can help you detach from negativity and center yourself. 5. Take care of your body. This is straightforward but essential. Physical health boosts mental confidence. Exercise, even something as simple as jogging or push-ups, releases endorphins and makes you feel stronger. Dressing well, clean clothes that fit properly, also changes how you carry yourself. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you project confidence. 6. Practice courage in small steps. Confidence grows through action. The problem is, many people wait until they feel confident before acting. But that's backwards. You don't wait for confidence. You act first, and confidence follows. Start small. Compliment a stranger. Speak up in a meeting. Join a club where you don't know anyone. Try something that scares you a little. Dance class, improv, karaoke. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, your confidence muscle gets stronger. 7. Gratitude and self-acceptance. Finally, confidence is not about wishing you were someone else. It's about embracing who you are. Gratitude helps here. Each day, write down 3 things you appreciate about yourself. It could be small: your sense of humor, your persistence, your kindness. When you focus on what you already have, instead of what you lack, you radiate self-acceptance, and that's deeply attractive. Part 3. Communication mastery. Confidence will get you noticed, but communication will keep you remembered. You could have the best intentions in the world, but if you can't express yourself well, or worse, if you talk in a way that pushes people away, your chances shrink fast. Great communication isn't about having smooth lines. It's about creating genuine connection through words, tone, and presence. Let's break it down. 1. Be a great listener. This might surprise you. One of the most impressive things you can do in a conversation is not talk. It's listen. Most men think attraction is about dazzling a woman with stories, jokes, or achievements. But the truth is, people are drawn to those who make them feel seen and heard. When you listen attentively, when you ask thoughtful questions, when you remember details from past conversations, you stand out. Why? Because in today's distracted world, real listening is rare. Practical tip: next time you're talking to someone, don't just wait for your turn to speak. Lean in, nod, maintain eye contact, and respond to what they say instead of steering it back to yourself. 2. Ask meaningful questions. Small talk has its place, but if you want to impress, go deeper. Instead of, what do you do? Try, what do you love most about your work? Instead of, where are you from? Try, what's the best memory you have from your hometown? These kinds of questions invite storytelling, emotion, and personality. They show you're genuinely interested in her, not just filling silence. 3. Share stories, not resumes. There's a big difference between bragging and storytelling. Bragging is rattling off achievements, hoping to get approval. Storytelling is sharing an experience that entertains, inspires, or teaches something. For example, instead of saying, I'm really successful at my job. Tell a short story about a challenge you overcame at work and what you learned from it. Stories have emotion, and emotion sticks. 4. Humor is a superpower. Humor is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. It relaxes tension, makes conversations fun, and shows you don't take yourself too seriously. But here's the key. Humor isn't about being a stand-up comedian. It's about lightness, playfulness, and timing. Sometimes it's a witty observation. Sometimes it's self-deprecating humor, where you laugh at your own mistakes. Example, if you spill water on yourself during dinner, instead of panicking, smile and say, "Well, at least I'm staying hydrated." That shows confidence and charm in the face of awkwardness. 5. Compliments that count compliments are powerful if they're genuine and specific. Instead of the generic, "You're pretty," try noticing something unique. That color really suits you. It makes your eyes stand out. I like how passionate you are when you talk about your goals. Compliments about personality or effort often carry more weight than just commenting on appearance. 6. Avoid conversation killers. There are a few habits that instantly kill attraction. Talking only about yourself, interrupting constantly, overloading with negative talk, trying to one-up stories. Instead, aim for balance. Share, but also give space. Lead, but also follow the flow. 7. Learn the power of pauses. Silence can feel uncomfortable, but it's actually powerful. Don't rush to fill every gap. Pausing after you speak creates emphasis. Pausing while she speaks shows you're listening. Confidence isn't in saying more, it's in saying what matters and letting it breathe. 8. Presence greater than perfection. Finally, the golden rule of communication. Be present. Don't check your phone. Don't glance around the room. Don't rehearse your next line while she's talking. Presence says, right now, you're the most important person I'm with. That's incredibly attractive. Closing part 3. Mastering communication doesn't mean you'll never stumble, never get nervous, or always say the perfect thing. It means you focus less on trying to impress and more on creating real connection. Because at the end of the day, words fade, but the way you make someone feel lasts. Part 4. Lifestyle and habits. You've probably heard the saying, your habits define your future. It's true in career, health, and especially in attraction. A man's lifestyle silently communicates who he is, his priorities, his discipline, his passions. You don't need luxury cars or a penthouse to be impressive. What truly impresses is how you carry yourself in daily life. Let's break down the key areas. 1. Take care of your health. Health is the foundation of confidence and energy. If you neglect your body, it shows, not just physically, but in your mood, focus, and presence. Exercise regularly. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. Even consistent running, yoga, or strength training will make you feel and look better. Eat clean. A balanced diet fuels not just your body, but your brain. Junk food leads to low energy and dullness. Sleep well. Nothing kills charm faster than exhaustion. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest. A healthy lifestyle says, I respect myself. And when you respect yourself, others respect you too. 2. Dress with intention clothes. Don't make the man, but they do send a message. Dressing well doesn't mean wearing expensive brands. It means wearing clean, well-fitted clothes that suit your personality. Ask yourself, does what I'm wearing today reflect the image I want to project? Simple rules. Invest in basics that fit. A crisp shirt, A good pair of jeans, clean shoes. Grooming matters. Neat haircut, trimmed nails, fresh breath. Style should be effortless, not overdone. When you dress intentionally, you're telling the world, I take myself seriously. 3. Develop hobbies and passions. Imagine two men, one who spends all his free time scrolling social media, one who plays guitar, paints, hikes, or cooks amazing meals. Which one is more interesting to talk to? Passions make you magnetic. They show depth, creativity, and joy. They give you stories to share and confidence in your identity. So ask yourself, what excites me? What do I love learning or doing? Then invest time in it. A man with passions isn't just chasing relationships. He's building a rich life that others want to be part of. 4. Manage your finances. Let's be clear, you don't need to be rich to impress women, but you do need to be responsible. Financial stability communicates discipline and maturity. That doesn't mean splurging on flashy items. It means living within your means, saving consistently, having a plan for your future. A man who manages his money well shows he's capable of building, not just consuming. That's attractive. 5. Cultivate a strong social circle. Who you surround yourself with shapes how others see you. If you're always with negative, aimless, or disrespectful people, that energy rubs off on you. But if you build friendships with supportive, ambitious, positive individuals, you naturally become more impressive. And here's the hidden benefit. Women notice how you treat your friends and how your friends treat you. If you're respected in your circle, it reflects on your character. 6. Time management and discipline. One of the sexiest traits in a man is discipline. A man who keeps his word, shows up on time, and balances work with personal life is reliable. And reliability builds trust. Think about it. If you're late to every date, if you cancel plans constantly, or if you live in chaos, it signals irresponsibility. But if you're punctual, focused, and consistent, you radiate maturity. 7. Travel and curiosity. Nothing expands your perspective like travel. Even if it's not international, exploring new places, cultures, and ideas makes you more interesting. Curiosity is contagious. A man who's genuinely fascinated by the world inspires curiosity in others. That makes conversations richer and attraction stronger. 8. Digital discipline. In today's world, one lifestyle habit that truly stands out is how you use technology. Do you scroll endlessly, lost in memes and arguments? Or do you use tech as a tool to learn, create, and connect meaningfully? Being glued to your phone during a conversation is one of the fastest ways to kill attraction. But being present, intentional, and balanced with technology shows self-control. Closing part 4. Your lifestyle and habits are like your silent resume. They tell the story of who you are without you saying a word. You don't need to chase trends or fake luxury. What matters is discipline, passion, health, and presence. A man who takes care of his body, mind, and daily routines doesn't need to try to impress beautiful girls. He already does, by the way he lives. Part 5. Respect and emotional intelligence. If there's one truth you should remember, it's this. Beauty might attract attention, but respect keeps it. You can have confidence, looks, charm, and even success. But if you lack respect and emotional intelligence, it all collapses. Why? Because attraction without trust is temporary. So let's break down why these two qualities are the core of impressing anyone and how you can cultivate them. 1. Respect is the ultimate secret. Respect means treating others, women, friends, strangers, everyone, with dignity and kindness. It's about recognizing their value, not just what they can give you. When you respect a girl, you listen without interrupting. Value her opinions, even if you disagree. Never pressure her into things she's uncomfortable with. Appreciate her individuality, rather than trying to mold her into your expectations. Think about it. Anyone can flatter, charm, or entertain. But respect is rare, and when you give it, you stand out immediately. 2. Emotional intelligence, EQ. Greater than IQ intelligence can impress, but emotional intelligence creates connection. EQ is your ability to recognize your own emotions, understand the emotions of others, respond with empathy instead of ego. For example, if she's upset, do you dismiss it with, "You're overreacting"? Or do you say, "I see this matters to you. Tell me more"? That difference is huge. The first response kills trust. The second deepens it. 3. Boundaries. Respect. A lot of men think being attractive means saying yes to everything a girl wants. But in reality, boundaries are attractive. Why? Because they show self-respect. If you cancel all your plans whenever she calls, you send the message, "My time doesn't matter." But if you politely communicate your boundaries, "I'd love to see you, but I already have something scheduled. How about tomorrow?" You show that your life is balanced and valuable. Healthy boundaries also apply to how you treat her. Respect her time, her choices, and her personal space. Nothing impresses more than a man who makes a woman feel safe. 4. Support, don't possess. A big mistake some men make is trying to possess a woman instead of supporting her. They get jealous when she talks to others, insecure when she spends time with friends, or controlling about her decisions. But real attraction grows when you empower her. Encourage her goals. Celebrate her wins. Be her partner, not her owner. A supportive man is far more impressive than a controlling one. 5. Vulnerability is strength. Many men think they have to be tough all the time, never showing weakness, never admitting fear. But vulnerability, when expressed with balance, is incredibly powerful. Why? Because it shows honesty and courage. If you can say, "Yeah, I've struggled with that too," or "This scares me, but I'm working on it," you create trust. You show you're human. Of course, vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or being dependent. It means being real enough that she knows you're not hiding behind a mask. 6. Empathy in action. Empathy isn't just feeling her emotions, it's acting on them. If she's nervous before a presentation, send her an encouraging message. If she's had a tough day, listen without trying to fix everything immediately. Empathy is practical. It's patience when she's late, kindness when she's stressed, understanding when she makes mistakes. Those small acts of empathy build a huge foundation of attraction. 7. Respect beyond romance. Here's the real test. How do you treat people you don't need? The waiter, the Uber driver, the janitor. A beautiful girl pays attention to this. If you're polite to her, but rude to others, she sees the truth. It's not real respect, it's performance. But if you treat everyone with dignity, it shows your respect is part of who you are, not just something you fake to get what you want. Closing part 5. At the end of the day, respect and emotional intelligence are not tricks. They're qualities of character, and character always shines through. A man who respects women, respects himself, and respects others doesn't need to chase admiration. He earns it. So remember, attraction starts with confidence, but it lasts with respect. And emotional intelligence is the bridge that connects two hearts. Part 6. Real-life scenarios. So far, we've explored principles: attraction, confidence, communication, lifestyle, and respect. But theory only matters if you can apply it in real life. Let's look at some common scenarios where you might meet a girl and how to handle them with confidence and authenticity. 1. Meeting someone new at a party or social event. Don't hover in the corner. Position yourself where conversations naturally happen, near to food, the music, or in the middle of the room. Start simple. A friendly, "Hey, I'm your name. How do you know the host?" works far better than a rehearsed line. Keep it light. In noisy environments, short, fun conversations work better than deep talks. Focus on energy and vibe. At a cafe or bookstore, keep it natural. If she's reading a book you recognize, say, "That's a great read. What do you think of it so far?" Respect context. If she's wearing headphones and clearly focused, it might not be the best time. Awareness is key. At the gym, this is tricky because the gym isn't primarily social. But small interactions, like asking if she's using a machine or giving a thumbs up after a heavy set, can open the door. Keep it short and respectful. Don't interrupt mid-workout. Golden rule: always approach with curiosity, not pressure. If she's interested, she'll engage. If she's not, smile and gracefully move on. 2. Online dating. In today's world, many first impressions happen online. That makes your profile and first messages important. Profile tips: use clear photos, not group shots only. Show a mix of lifestyle, travel, hobbies, friends, and personality. Smiling, relaxed. Avoid overfiltered or shirtless bathroom selfies. Bio tips: be playful and genuine. Instead of, "I like movies and food," write something like, "Movie buff who makes the best guacamole you'll ever try." Messaging. Start with something personal from her profile. If she mentions hiking, say, "What's the best trail you've ever hiked?" This shows you actually read. Most importantly, move from chatting to meeting in person fairly soon. Endless texting kills momentum. 3. First dates. The first date sets the tone. Here's how to make it smooth. Choose the right setting. A casual coffee shop, rooftop bar, or art exhibit is better than a fancy, high-pressure dinner. Comfort is greater than extravagance. Be punctual. Arriving late signals disorganization and disrespect. Arriving a little early shows reliability. Lead, but don't dominate. Suggest a plan, but stay flexible. "I thought we could check out this cafe," unless you have a favorite spot. Balance talking and listening. Share stories, but also draw her out with thoughtful questions. Mind your phone. Keep it away. Presence is your biggest asset. End with clarity. If you enjoyed the date, say so. "I had a great time. I'd love to see you again. Are you free this weekend?" Directness is impressive. 4. Handling rejection gracefully. No matter how confident you are, rejection is part of life. The key is how you respond. Don't take it personally. Her no is about fit, not your value. Respond with dignity. Instead of sulking or lashing out, smile and say, "No worries, I wish you the best." Keep perspective. Every rejection frees you to find someone who genuinely connects with you. Ironically, the way you handle rejection can still leave a lasting impression. A graceful exit shows maturity. 5. Long-term connection. Attracting someone is only step 1. Impressing her over the long term means consistency. Keep investing in yourself. Growth is attractive. keep surprising her. Small acts of thoughtfulness, a note, a favorite snack, a kind gesture, mean more than grand gestures done rarely. Keep communicating. Check in not just about her day, but about her dreams and feelings. Long-term attraction isn't about keeping up a performance. It's about showing up consistently with respect and authenticity. Closing part 6. Real-life scenarios are where principles meet practice. The key is not perfection. It's awareness. Notice the context, read the energy, and stay grounded in respect and authenticity. Because whether it's at a cafe, online, or on a first date, the truth is simple. You don't need to be the funniest, richest, or most handsome guy in the room. You just need to be confident, curious, and kind. That's what impresses. Part 7. Conclusion. We've traveled a long journey tonight, from the foundations of attraction to confidence, communication, lifestyle, respect, and real-life applications. And if there's one thing I hope you remember, it's this. The best way to impress beautiful girls is not to focus on them. It's to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Because here's the truth. Looks can catch attention, but they fade. Money can buy luxury, but it doesn't buy love. Clever lines might spark a laugh, but they don't create connection. What truly impresses, what lasts, is character. It's the quiet strength of confidence that says, I'm comfortable in my own skin. It's the discipline of a lifestyle that shows, I respect myself. It's the kindness and emotional intelligence that communicate, I respect you. And it's the courage to live authentically, without masks, without games, without pretense. The man you're proud of. So let me ask you, who do you want to be? Not just for her, not just for impressing, but for you. Do you want to be the man who avoids eye contact and scrolls endlessly on his phone? Or do you want to be the man who walks tall, learns constantly, builds passionately, and treats others with dignity? Because when you become that man, attraction follows naturally. Girls will notice, friends will respect you, strangers will be drawn to your energy, and most importantly, you will admire yourself. Final story. There was once a young man who asked his mentor, how do I get people to like me? How do I win their approval? The mentor smiled and replied, stop chasing their applause. Live a life so true to yourself that even if no one claps, you're still proud of the music you're playing. That's the secret, not tricks, not masks, not desperation, just authenticity, growth, and respect. Closing words. So if you want to impress beautiful girls, remember, build confidence through action, communicate with presence and genuine curiosity, live with intention in your habits and passions, respect deeply yourself, her, and others. Practice emotional intelligence in every interaction. Do this not as a performance, but as a way of life. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and realize you're no longer trying to impress anyone. You've become the kind of man who is naturally impressive. And that, gentlemen, is how you win hearts, build connections, and most importantly, become the man you're proud of. Thank you. Om Om